Hello, friends, family, if any cousins or direct family are watching, but especially, you know what, my brothers and sisters in Christ, we're all family in the end. We are finally back, ladies and gentlemen, with another episode of Upon This Block, where we talk Bible, history, theology, politics, in a wholesome manner, not too G-rated, but wholesome enough, and where we build churches. That is the primary goal. There we go. The game is up, ladies and gentlemen. We are here. We are live. And, of course, I see JH in the chat. You're almost always first, my man. How good is that? Hang on, let me see if I can... Whoops, forgot to start Twidget. Give me just a single second, because I've got this whole Twidget thing on for YouTube live streaming. Copy link. Stream URL. Yep, connect. And should be functioning in just a second. Awesome. All right, now let's test it. Because I remember last time Twidget was not working. So I've selected a comment. Is it going to show? And of course it doesn't. Yay, it doesn't work. How good? How good is that? So, yeah, still haven't exactly solved the problem of getting comments to be able to show up even if I select them. Ever since I abandoned... Did I ever say why that was the case? Because I've moved from JH, I'm fast, everybody else slipping. That's true, man. That's true. It's kind of unacceptable, not gonna lie. Where are we at again? Yes, this one. This is the world, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing beats some toast in the morning. Okay, now if I remember correctly offline, yes, offline I made a bunch of extra material. So we are going to be sweet with some extra building today. We're going to get plenty of that done. And the great thing is that mining clay is extremely easy, extremely fast in this game. So I'm happy. So we can get right to it right now. No more time wasting. Oh yes, I've got these chains here because I remember, I think, did I discuss in the last episode? Not sure, but like you can make some, with chains now in Minecraft especially, you can make some pretty rad chandelier designs. So it's pretty epic. I remember just making chandeliers in the game out of just out of fences, and they would look good already. So now that we have chains, that's pretty darn awesome, I've got to say myself. Okay, yeah, let's get right to it. So, I'm going to need some blocks that'll prop me up as I walk up and around the structure. So let's get some wood for that. Why not? Oh man, fingers crossed, God willing, more people start pouring in soon. Oops. Loading this up on my phone so I can see everything. Got 3 people now, not bad. That's kind of the usual start. Anyone else who's here, please do join the chat. That's the whole point of this. We have a chat going. We have fun times together. We have good chats together. I like to connect with my audience. I always want to, even if God willing, my ambition comes true and one day I become really, really big and I can make this a proper job. I still want to connect with my audience either way. That's the goal. That's the aim. Ooh, yeah. So, yes. So this is going to be like, well, an ortho church is like pretty much where the priest and that hangs out, puts his stuff and all the other important bits and bobs. But of course, we're not sacerdotal here. We're building a Byzantine church, but we're nice and evangelical here. We're a nice low church. So if I can get like a mod or a resource pack for it, I'll probably get like icons and like pepper them around the church walls and all that. Because like, you know, religious art, I'm all for that. For the educated purposes. But for veneration, yeah, nah, second commandment violation, man. Sorry, can't have that. And that's how I trigger half my audience. Oh boy. Yes. Got me some nice tea. Earl Grey. Queen Victoria brand Earl Grey. That's definitely my staple. Has been since pretty much the beginning. Like when I when I seriously committed again to starting the channel up in late 2020. Because I actually started the channel in 2019, but I really quickly put it on a hiatus just because my college stuff was taking up so much time and effort. But since the reboot in 2020, or the real start, if you will, tea has pretty much been my jazz all the time since the beginning. Come on, people! You don't want me to get in teacher mode. Like people are watching, but like not all commenting. Like if you're physically unable to comment, even if you want to, fair enough. This doesn't apply to you. But otherwise, I want people chatting, man. I want people going off in the live chat. You're giving me some bad flashbacks to teaching when I'd ask students to contribute something to the classroom, like in discussion, and then they just all dead silent because that's how flipping youngins always are. And I'd know that because I myself am a youngin. I'm only 22. It's not that old. I wonder how many people that's gonna shock who are viewing. I'm not an old guy, not at all. I might sound it, I might look it in my nice facial hair aesthetic, and I might even sound it in my eternal wisdom. But alas, I am not in my 30s. Yes. This is gonna be nice. So I'm thinking, it's like take my mouse. Let's say my mouse at the distance is at where that first wall is with the door. So let's say my mouse is there. I'm intending for at least the ceiling to go up to around maybe there. So it's gonna be a really tall bloke. It's gonna be nice and tall. It's gonna be a proper church. An absolute unit of a church. I've been thinking for a while as well. I want to probably get myself a new cover or a logo for the other Paul, because my usual thing I always have, well, for my YouTube like profile pic is just this Eastern icon of the other Paul, which I quite like, but it's really tacky. Like every second traditionally minded Christian YouTuber has an icon as their picture. Like just the name off the top of my head, my buddy Craig Trillier, Orthodox Christian Theology, Barely Protestant, that's Father James, Barely Protestant. I know there's others, not according to John. Codex Justinianus, I think he has on as well, another Orthodox YouTuber, and yet another Orthodox YouTuber, Cabane, really good guy. I like him. Someone actually suggested, because I'm part of an Orthodox an Orthodox Discord as well. One run by my buddy Craig Trillier, and we need more clay. I might start some internal work. But he suggests, some guy on that channel just suggested I do something with Cabane, which I'd be totally down for. I would be. Actually, I'm gonna destroy that. That's annoying me. That's eyesore. But yeah, point being, there's a lot, and I mean a lot, of Christian YouTubers who have icons as their picture. So it's kind of, in my opinion, it's getting a little tacky. So for the YouTube icon, I want something. Well, it'll basically replace my YouTube icon wherever I use it. So I use that profile, that Apostle Paul icon on YouTube, Twitter, Gab, basically everywhere. Well, I use a modified version of it that has like the red laser eye. So, which is, oh yeah, that's some tier of originality. It works out. It's kind of good. But I want something like proper, like maybe myself, but in like a stained glass form or something. I don't know. Maybe like me in my pair of aviators, a nice jacket or something, and then just put myself as a stained glass figure. That's an idea. I'd love suggestions for like a new professionally made profile pic for the other Paul generally. Yes. Okay. So we have, what should I call it? Oops. So I'm thinking maybe I want to get started on the floors. Interesting. People aren't pouring in like they normally do. Maybe just because of the hiatus. I am going to, for good measure, post the stream link again. Sorry, I'll be paused for just 1 second. I'm going to post the link again. so that I can emphasize to people that, hey, we're happening right now, man. Where are you? There we go. No, why'd you copy a bloody picture, mate? Come on. Copy link. Bang. Post. Actually, yeah, that's right. I should share it on my YouTube community thing as well. Yes, I'll do that. I'll do that. Just one more second. Create post, because the great thing with YouTube community, those posts seem to get quite a bit of reach. And posted. I think. Yes, posted. Lovely. Okay. Yeah, we're sweet. Well, sweet. Okay. So maybe we might get started on some interior design. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. So... So the plan ultimately have kind of like an ascended, like a ascended platform. Oh, was that the plan? I don't think so. I think it might have been. So that means I'll have to raise this up. That won't be an issue. So I'm thinking an ascended platform over here, with a lectern, with a book that's supposed to be the Bible. And what I'll do, I'll make a book and quill, and I'll just put a link to Bible Gateway on it. So it's just the Bible. There's the Bible in a single Minecraft book. That's how you get it to fit in. Just post a link to Bible Gateway. So I'll have that. What else? That's really all I'm thinking right now. It's pretty simple. I'll probably have like a big carpet going down the middle. Yeah, I'll probably do that. Now for the type of floor, I'm thinking the kind of whitish stone, which I'm sure I have plenty of in my stores, because I just dump all the spare stuff in there. What's it called again? Is it andesite? I think it's andesite. It's the white one with like little black speckles on it. And I just happen to have none. How good? How good? We got none of we have everything but the stone I need. How good is that? If you can't tell, I am being quite sarcastic. Hey, Chisong, good to see ya. Hope your day and or evening is lovely right now. Just trying to sleep here. Presumably before you arrived, we did a little bit more progress in the church. We raised it up a few block levels with a bunch of spare whatchamacallit, terracotta that I had baked offline so that we could get right onto it. And now I'm thinking of getting started on some interior stuff as well. Actually, I'm probably going to do 2 birds with 1 stone. Morning good so far. That's right. Oh yeah, I think you're one of me. I think you're one of me geographically. Yeah, that's right. It's the morning for me as well. It is precisely 9:15 a.m. here in the lovely land of Sydney. I forgot where you are. Not sure. Exactly, but so I'm gonna kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm gonna get andesite. Actually, can I buy some from the traders? And I'm gonna get more clay. So I just need to find those villagers, the stonecutter villagers who sell the stone. There we are. You sell andesite? No, you do not. You sell blue terracotta, but that's definitely not what I need. Yep, rural Victoria. Nice. Actually not nice. My condolences for living in that state. Yes! Diorite. That's the one. That's the one I wanted. Diorite, not andesite. And they happen to sell it. That's awesome. Actually, no, I'm going to really quickly look up. Can you re-dye terracotta in Minecraft? Re-dye terracotta? Oh, I think you can, maybe? You can get it. You have to use plain terracotta, then dye that into the color you want. You can get it from mining the mesa. No. There's a simple suggestion. Oh, so it's only... Darn, so it's actually not a thing yet. Oh, well. Dan the Dictator seems to be losing his grip these days. In what sense? Like, in terms of mentally, or is he actually, like, his power's kind of slipping? I'm really hopeful it's that latter one, but I definitely agree the former as well, that he's a evil lunatic. He's a genuinely evil lunatic. Especially seeing that press conference when he said, "Oh, all workers now must be vaccinated," like just full stop. I think it's like a couple months ago. And then when the reporter just asked, well, "What about people who don't want to get vaccinated?" And then he's like, "Well, then they don't get to work. Simple as that." Like just how dismissive he was with it was just disgusting and evil. That man has God's judgment coming upon him. I genuinely shudder for him. On how God chooses to judge him, whether in the near future, or guaranteed at the resurrection. I shudder for his fate, unless he repents. But yeah, just like the I think a few Psalms and the Proverbs where it says that the people rejoice at the death of a wicked ruler, not because we rejoice in the death of a ruler in itself, like we have bloodlust, although certainly many people would, but simply because his death means a relief for the people. With Dan, it doesn't have to be death. It could be just getting ousted in an election. But the fact that the people voted Dan back in... Sorry, people, for anyone who's not in Australia, for context, Dan Andrews is the equivalent of a state governor. But in Australia, we call him a premier. And he is forming his own little Soviet republic in the state of Victoria. I know people there who've basically experienced that, and it's pretty evil stuff. Chi says, "Power, I think, but mentally always gone. Scary guy." That's good. That's good. If you actually think he's losing grip on power, that's great. Glory to God on that. Sweet. So, I have the reason why I'm picking up sweet berries right now is because sweet berries are the most overpowered form of income of like generating emeralds in Minecraft. You get a bunch of sweet berries, and with a maximum upgraded butcher, which itself takes a while of grinding, so I guess that's why they put it at the max level, but with a maximum upgraded butcher, of which I have 3, you can trade 10 sweet berries for 1 emerald. And as you can see, I have a little bit more than 10. And it just gives you stupid amounts of income. Do I have any spare emeralds already? I have 7. Yeah, whatever. I used to have like almost an entire room worth of emerald blocks, but I spent all that fortune on the marble for this beautiful structure down here, which I still haven't finished. I still got to put the roof over the 2nd floor. Yeah. Anyway. Oh yeah. Look at that. Oh yeah, what am I doing? There we go. Alright, where's the last one? Where's the last butcher? Oh, is he not? Oh, I think I remember, because I think the last butcher just disappeared. Yeah, I have no idea where he is. Yeah, he might have died. And I'm still waiting for the villagers just to make a new baby so they can replace him. But the fact is, I remember it hasn't happened for a while. They haven't had a new baby to replace him, so that might mean that he actually is somewhere, just stuck. Oh well, whatever. We've got plenty of emeralds to start with. I can get a bunch of diorite for that. So Chief says, "Yeah, I don't know how accurate ACL is, but when Martin's video on Dan's abortion laws and his rise to premiership, scary." Yeah, 100%, 100%. I forgot his last name. Martin. This Martin that we're talking about is he's the head of what's called ACL, is the Australian Christian Lobby, which is, well, Australian Christian Lobby. I think the name kind of says it. Sweet, got 64. That's good. And Martin something, I totally forgot his name for some weird reason. But yeah, he does good stuff. Chi says, "And ironic that he doesn't care a bit about the unborn, but was insanely strict on lockdowns to save lives." Oh yeah, he's full of crap. He's full of crap. That's what happens. That's him trying to be like even the more consistent secular worldview, as with Dan Andrews and other genocidal abortionists. It still manages to be spectacularly not consistent. So I've got a ton of diorite. Now I'm going to get some more clay. But yeah, it always ends up happening that way, unfortunately. Always a lot of very, very evil rulers end up being just... They're not just evil, but they tend to... There are glaring exceptions in history of evil rulers who are nonetheless very intelligent, but many of them just tend to be outright idiots, just straight up. I mean, it's kind of makes sense. There's a correlation between intelligence and moral uprightness. Although, of course, very intelligent people can be losers as well. So, Martin Isles, that's his name. Yes. I see his stuff pop up, I just don't really watch it that much. Oh, the dolphin gave me a boost. How good. How good. There we go, there's some clay. Yeah, I need to find another river system. Because looking for clay in the oceans isn't exactly efficient. Not to mention safe. I wonder what the game volume's at. Can you guys hear the game alright? Because I think I put it at a very low volume. Just because I usually, whenever I play games, I'll usually listen to something else, and so I'll lower the game volume. But yeah, what's the game volume like? Can you guys like hear the game sounds, or like not really at all? Because for me, it's very quiet. If that's the case, you know, stuff it. I think there's a correlation, so I might just turn up the volume. Whoops, 14. Hang on, let me check something with the live stream as well. Yeah, good enough. Alright, you can hear, that's good. That's good. Okay. Yeah, we don't have a big viewership today. That's sad. Normally we'll get something along the lines of like 7 or 8. Yeah, it's not big today. Oh well. People are probably just busy. And that, and like, of course, I broke regularity with Upon This Block when I delayed it some weeks ago, and I didn't come back until today. So yeah, that's probably contributes to it. Bright side though, I'm getting big sub boosts from recent stuff, especially since Orthodox Christian Theology, Craig Trulier, he shared my presentation on Clement of Rome on his ecclesiology. He actually said to me, like, a really, really amazing compliment. He said it's the best presentation on First Clement he's seen on YouTube. But also that it's not saying a whole ton, because he believes that scholarship on First Clement has been really poor generally. With which I partially agree. Not fully, but partially. Yeah. I'm really proud of what I did with that presentation. I think it genuinely contributed something. Hoping it gets noticed more. But yeah, he shared it, and he has like 3.8 thousand subscribers. So that gave me a very nice sub boost yesterday. Even from other Orthodox, even like another Orthodox guy commented on the post that he shared it in, and said, I'm happy to see like another Protestant, even though I'm an Orthodox, but you're a Protestant who like looks seriously at history and all that. So it's happy to see that. It's happy to see that I'm even getting respect among the Orthodox. So I think that's some mission. And if you look in the comments, me and Craig have had a back and forth on a few elements of the presentation, mainly like the mono-episcopacy versus plural episcopacy. And I guess this would be my response. So Craig, I hope you're... Craig isn't watching now because he's being a family man right now. But I hope he was watching, but I'm going to be a coward and respond when you're not watching. Because he's argued that plural episcopacy is a nothing burger because the early church, he claims, has something called a quarter bishop, or just a core bishop, I guess, or quarter episcopos, which literally means regional or rural bishop. But basically, they were like a de facto. They were technically a bishop, but they more or less functioned as a priest. And so he argued that yes, there may have been multiple bishops, but those multiple bishops, there'd still be one head bishop, but the rest would be core bishops. And why that's important is because they couldn't technically ordain, and then so functionally the plural episcopacy at the beginning was a monoepiscopacy. To which I responded that there is evidence all the way back into the mid-2nd century of a quote-unquote rural bishop, but it's not in that evidence. It's not differentiated from a normal bishop. It's just a bishop of a rural place. That's it. He's still assumed is a guy called Zoticus, and he's still assumed just to be a full, proper, regular bishop. But then Craig in his latest reply got back that, but there's canons in the 4th century that get rid of that ban the developed role of a core bishop, which couldn't fully ordain. And so that existed, and therefore there was a functional monepiscopacy. But my response is more or less the same, that like we see abundance of evidence of plural bishops throughout the earliest Christian sources. No differentiation between them. They're all assumed to be bishops as much as the next guy. And the core bishop from the evidence is a later development, simple as that. So I'd still maintain that the best evidence shows that there was a true plural episcopacy at the start. What am I doing? Why did I stop with this? I guess I can lay down some diorite. Actually, I might buy some more diorite before we lay it all down. Which guy? This guy. Sweet, good enough. Plenty of diorite. I'm gonna get more clay. I'm not satisfied. I think the river system down here, I don't think I've exploited that. But hey, we've got 5 viewers now. That's nice. For everyone who's joining us now, welcome. Please, everyone, join in the live chat. Get us lively. As I said at the very start, the silence in the live chat is just like gives me flashbacks to teaching stints when I'd ask the class to contribute to something, to a discussion, and the kids are all just dead silent because they're flipping kids and they don't want to talk and they think it's blah blah blah. They're just too like nervous or whatever just to say stuff. So you guys are really throwing me back to my teaching time. God willing to get back to it soon, especially with tutoring stuff. I'm pursuing some tutoring work with a specific organisation, but I'll also be doing some others independently, including even with adults in certain subjects if people are all for it. Whoop, there we are. Ooh. But yes, please, live chat. Let's get lively. Come on. Right now, I'm just harvesting a bunch of clay so I can make more walls for the church. For the very nice church, and it is indeed coming along very nicely. Cool. Decent amount of clay. Actually, let's turn into clay blocks so we know how many we're going to have. Yeah, no, we need more than that. Need a lot more than that. Oh yes. I also am now in full. I'm working on 2 things right now. 2 things I'm in primary work mode for right now. Apart from Upon This Block and another stream series, which I'll be talking about in a sec. 2 main things right now though are a scripted video on Galatians 3:28 and its meaning, since it's often used by egalitarians to prove that there's full quote-unquote equality between men and women, so that men and women can all do whatever they want in the church, they can all go for the same jobs, they can all become head pastor, all that jazz. So I'm going to be critiquing egalitarian interpretations of that passage and giving my own thorough exegesis of it. So that's one, and I intend to release that within a week's time. That's the goal, and it shouldn't be a problem. It's only a short scripted video, and it's mostly done. The script, that is. But I'm also right now prepping for my debate with Craig Trulia. I keep talking about him all the time. Far out. You occupy way too much. Like, you should be paying me, Craig, the amount of times I mention you and your channel on my streams. You should be paying me for advertising, bruh. I'm preparing for my debate with him on it's my 29th, so it's probably 28th for the other half of the planet. And yeah, that's going to be over the sinlessness of Mary, whether it's an apostolic teaching. I've done quite a bit of prep in it. I'm pretty happy with what I'm finding so far. I think he's even admitted it, that he has more or less an uphill battle. given that there are multiple like patristic statements that ascribe some level of sin to Mary. Although by the looks of what he said to me, his argument, his way of attack is going to be pointing out perspective. So I'm going to wager to guess that he's going to try to say, from this perspective, sure, the Father's saying that, but if you look at this other perspective, then actually they support me, or at least they don't support you. And so unless you refute my perspective, then, whoops, what am I doing? Then you can't say that the Mary sinlessness is not an apostolic teaching. Or he may just straight up go to the thing and go to the whole center of it all and point out that, look, authority is different. Paul assumes purely the historical method, and he's an historian himself, so he doesn't neglect historical method, but in his view, the Orthodox Church is the arbiter of truth. So he'll probably say that from our perspective, it's irrelevant how early a doctrine is attested, because as long as the church itself proclaims it, then it's true, and the church cannot err. So that's I'm guessing that's going to be his line of attack. Oops. And of course, if it does get to that, it's more or less going to deviate from the central point of the debate. But I'd be more than willing to go down that line, so I'm probably going to prep for that just in case he does. Either way, it's going to be a fantastic debate. We're planning on going for like an hour and a half-ish, almost an hour and a half. So it's going to be lots and lots of depth. And it's not just two purely lay nobodies. It's like two guys who love their history, who have real experience in historical method and all that. So you're going to see a lot of depth, I think, from both sides. But I think I'm going to win. If we're thinking in terms of winning and losing, I think I will demonstrate a stronger case. And at minimum, I will get the respect of Orthodox peers who are watching. But I also expect a lot of backlash in the comments to my position. Of course, I mean, it's being streamed on his channel, so that's just perfectly normal. What am I going to throw away? Nah, I don't need magma cream. I have so much magma cream already. I think I might have enough diorite, eh? A little more for good measure. Let's go up to 64. Come on, people, get the live chat happening. Where's the discussion at? Any questions in particular? If you want me to answer, if you want me to get my take on stuff, I guess. Let's get it happening, people. Come on. I don't need the rest. Yeah, I'm good. Okay, I think I've got a decent amount of clay. Yeah, pretty decent. Yeah, it's good enough. I think the key thing will be the diorite and the floors. A lectern, yes, I'm going to make a lectern as well, so I can kind of get the preaching church aesthetic happening early on. I've got to consider designs for the windows of the church as well. I'm thinking some pretty simple stained glass. I don't know, maybe in the shape of crosses. Oh yeah. How good is that aesthetic? A little village aesthetic. Smoke rising from the smelting place over there. A very wholesome land this is. Very, very quaint. And then of course you've got my unfinished guard tower there, which I've still got to complete. But then you'll eventually see the big church all the way up there, poking up. Oh, hello, JH. Impression of analytic theology, the movement in which analytic philosophers engage in doctrinal topics that have traditionally been in the purview of systematic theologians. Yeah, I think we're seeing some of that with William Lane Craig, and to put it nicely, it's a mixed bag with a bias towards not great. I think it's the case with philosophers in general, but especially like what I see with analytic philosophers, they kind of have, with William Lane Craig, so he has kind of assumptions. So he somewhat has assumptions of how God would be and how God would act. And then he tries to, he does genuinely, I believe, try to read scripture honestly, but he's so convinced of certain basic philosophical principles like giving libertarian free will to humans, otherwise that's bad, that he kind of has to shoehorn scripture into that perspective. So, sorry, you said analytic theology. Yeah, not, in my opinion, it's not the best start right now. I mean, it can help in terms of introducing, like, at least somewhat scientific categories into theological discussion. Actually, yes, I got to cook it, that's it. Yeah, because... So I've got to cook the clay first. Stuff it, I'll do that next. So it can help in that respect, but other than that, I've seen a lot of, shall we say, problems. Yeah, but they'll just assume, just put in these unnecessary worldview assumptions as they read theology, and then how they turn everything to a game of technicalities with respect to exegesis. Yeah, I'm being a little bit vague, but I think you might get what I mean if you're into this. Yeah, it's not my favorite discipline. That's why I'm not really... That's why I kind of like... When I first got into like apologetics kind of stuff, well, my very first thing was history, because I almost deconverted from the faith on account of alleged historical problems with like the Gospels and that. But very quickly I went on to philosophy, so like, arguments for God's existence, all the usual stuff, moral arguments, contingency, this and that. But I eventually realized that, look, it's like so much of it is just based on like so many assumptions on what would be the case and all that. That's ultimately what I'm a bit vague, but I think you might get what I mean. That's ultimately what it comes down to. Lots of assumptions, lots of woulds, ifs, and buts. And I realized that, look, the concrete experience, like history and all that, that's what tells us, that's what can give us some degree of certainty of reality. So my wager was that, look, I don't pay too much heed for arguments for or against God's existence. I believe there's some cogent ones that, although there are very intelligent atheists who give very elaborate responses, I think those elaborate responses end up ultimately failing, partially because of how elaborate they are, and so you can attack them from so many angles. And I've been able to poke holes in them. I think, personally, I've been able to poke holes in some of those very elaborate new arguments from professional atheist philosophers, just because I like to just look at everything from like a very common sense perspective. I just look at on the ground reality. Just 1 + 1 = 2. That's like core to my reasoning. Just 1 + 1 = 2. Someone is saying these premises or these evidence point towards this conclusion, and so it's just as simple as looking. Okay, does 1 + 1 = 2? Does this and this mean this? Does that conclusion follow? And that alone, I think, allows me to see a lot of holes in atheist narratives, put it simply. But apart from that, that's why philosophy ends up being a bit whatever, because I look at it and I think the case with God's existence is very easily made. A lot of the arguments with atheists now, they're cordial. They remain cordial, but they're like over a lot of minutiae now. What matters to me is that, like, let's look at history. Is the faith historically is there historical veracity to the faith? And I think through my lots and years of study right now, I think, yeah, absolutely there is. If you adopt a proper historical method. Otherwise, if you adopt the so-called historical method of atheist polemicists who just want to poke holes in the Gospels, for example, while at the same time discrediting a lot of otherwise sensibly accepted history, if that's how you want to go, then yeah, sure, you can disprove the Gospels. You can disprove almost anything with a crap method. But I believe a consistent method will, for example, show that it is very likely the 4 Gospels were written by who it is said they were traditionally written by, just because the evidence is early and widespread. Even in normal historical study, even just one relatively early reference to a work being written by a certain author is enough to establish, okay, that author wrote it. There's no reason, because sure, you can always imagine a scenario where the person making a certain historical claim is wrong. Either they're deceived or they're lying or whatever. You can always figure out that scenario. But what's responsible is to say, look, is there any reason to disbelieve him? It's always guilty until it's always innocent until proven guilty when it comes to history. Otherwise, you literally could not do history. And if makes zero sense of the basic human nature that, generally speaking, we tell what we believe is true, generally speaking, when it comes to experience. So we always give we always assume that historical witnesses are innocent until proven guilty. Yeah, and the reasons that atheist polemicists like to give that the historical attestation of gospel authorship is all wrong are just pretty pathetic reasons. I think I discussed them once here. Pretty pathetic and inconsistent. So yeah, just on a very consistent historical method, I believe gospel authorship can be established. I believe the resurrection can be established. It's pretty awesome stuff, and that alone is insane with the supernatural ramifications. So yeah, that's kind of my take on analytic theology. I'm not a big fan of analytic philosophy, therefore I'm not a big fan of analytic theology. Not that it's not useful, not that I reject it wholesale, of course not. It's just how it is right now, you know. Not a big fan. Thanks, that was a good question though. It gets into a lot of good topics. This is the floor aesthetic I'm going for. I think it looks quite nice. Sweet, I have quite a bit. Bloody hell, I'm barely going to be able to make half the floor. Yeah, I'm going to need a lot of diorite. That should be easy though. Get a bunch of berries, buy a ton of diorite. Done. Diorite sounds like, for anyone who's in the know, it's a bit of a niche reference, but like diorite is a term for a fan of J. Dyer, the Orthodox apologist. So there's diorite, and then there's diorite, so D-Y-E-R, Dyer, J. Dyer. I should just modify the files. I should just modify the Minecraft file so it says diorite, and then replace the, hey, Jack Ray, good to see you, mate. Good to see you. I hope you're having a good day. How you going? But and then replace the textures for diorite blocks with just like J. Dyer's face. That'd be kind of funny. A bit retarded, but funny. Hey, Pogoretsky, good to see you here, mate. Woo, we got the gang here, or at least much of the gang. Plenty of water for it. Oh, I didn't even finish my toast. Oh, I'm a little bit right here. The party is finally picking up now. Let's get that live chat popping, boys. Let's get chatting. Asking questions, making comments, whatever. Gotta get more diorite. Oh yes, the clothes should be cooked. Just got assigned a book report and speech on a social justice issue. Cringe! What are you going to do? Do you have to, like, in order to get decent marks, do you have to kind of like toe the line, or are you free to give your opinion? Because like, this is just me talking, and obviously unsolicited advice, so ultimately you do what you think is right. But if there was kind of an unofficial push, or even embedded in a loaded question itself, that you got to side with like the social justice interpretation, I'd still just go totally against it. Like, yeah, no, this is my view. I disagree with the social justice agenda. Stuff it. There we go. I can choose mine, but my teacher is extremely liberal and is self-aware that she is a Nazi on students wearing masks correctly. That's so gay. That is really gay. I feel for you, mate. I feel for you. Good on you in whatever little bits of resistance you do. But that's good if you can choose your perspective. I wonder, will it annoy her, you reckon? I mean, if anything, if it doesn't annoy her, then you're kind of doing it wrong, eh? I'm going to do Voddy's Oh, Fault Lines. Very nice. Very nice, bro. That's a good choice. Give me 1 second to ban this bot. Lobby a cheaty. You can go commit non-alive. Thank you. Can I block the user? Hide user. Yeah, cool. There we go. Bots be gone. Be gone, bot. Be gone, bot. I'm sure everyone here understands the reference. That's an awesome book idea. I've heard good things about that book. Haven't read it myself, but I've heard good things. Yeah, I have listened to somebody balk him. He's great, really great. Sorry, I got a little bit of a nose thing happening right now. Oh yeah. So now I'm gonna buy some more diorite. Oh, I'm gonna dump a bunch of stuff too. Great thing is I've got my lava bin. Dirt. Yeah, pretty much all dirt. Oh, I shouldn't have got rid of that sand. Oh well. Alright, sweetberries time. Oh sweet, we got a bunch left already because I didn't get to sell it. Okay, let's get more then. Oh yeah. Alright. Yes, awesome. This is good stuff to hear. Very good stuff to hear. I hope you go well with that book thing. I hope you have plenty of other friends in class who sympathize, I guess. And they're not all just machines, you know? God willing, because that's ultimately what you need. Even if you have like a SJW teacher, if at least a bunch of your friends in class are like on your side, you can be sweet. And there's only so much a teacher can do to you for disagreeing, you know? Yeah. In the end, if they do something really bad, your parents can always just storm in and absolutely metaphorically bash them. God knows that's what I'd do. I think I'm the only Christian in a class of 24. That sucks. Well, even among the non-Christians, are there those who like hate the social justice stuff? Because even non-Christians can be half decent at that. I mean, you know, broken clock can be right twice a day. Unbelievers can be right every now and then. I would say maybe like a person or two might agree with me, can't confirm. Okay, well, it's a start. Hold your ground, man. I encourage you with that. Hold your ground. Don't compromise. But also don't be an idiot. Be prudential. As long as it's not putting you in rebellion to God. If you think complying with something or whatever is prudential, I would argue that you shouldn't ever capitulate on an essay. I'm not saying that you are. It's good that you're able to give your own perspective. I'd never say to do that. But otherwise, in terms of measures like the mask crap and all that, exercise prudence, you know? Even if you're right in disobeying it, it might cause you more harm than good, and it might disrupt your mission. Yeah, good enough. I'll likely do something else that's uncontroversial, like a foreign social justice issue. Okay, yeah, that's an idea. Okay, no, I'm gonna sell the sweet berries first. Bit of a topic shift, but I have just gotten into crypto without spending a cent. I'm not big on money right now, so I couldn't exactly afford to just put even a couple hundred on crypto. But Australia's draconian lockdowns, for example. I wouldn't say that's non-controversial. I mean, even in the United States, I know that there's a lot of sheeple who push for that stuff. But yes, Australia, here we are really, really, really bad with lockdowns. So you can find plenty of material on that. I recommend if you want some like on-the-ground stuff, look up two people. Aussie Cossacks and... Cossacks or Cossack, either single. Aussie Cossacks and Rebel News, particularly RV Yemeni. Cossacks is in my state. He doesn't live too far from me, actually. And RV Yemeni is in Victoria. You will get, even just from those two, there's other people as well, but you'll find other independent people who give on the ground reporting on this stuff. You'll find other people through these guys. But yeah, they'll give you a lot of good on the ground material of just how pathetic and like bad these measures are. So yeah, good luck with that. Anyway, I've gotten into crypto without spending $1, and how I did that is because I wonder how many people know, but like there's Brave browser, parading itself as like a pro privacy and all that browser and all that. The cool thing about can you please pray for my cousin? He's currently in hospital and he's unable to talk or walk. He was just born. Oh dear, bro. Yeah, 100%. 100%. I'll keep him in your prayers. That's awful, bro. Unable to talk or... Wait. He's currently he's unable to talk or walk around. He was just born. Is this a... That's a troll. That's a troll, is it? Yeah, that's a troll. That's 100%. He was just born. He can't talk or walk. So funny. So funny. But then again, I'm half hoping you're not serious. I'm half hoping that you're not actually serious and you just mistyped or something. I don't think. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I got into. Lol, that pause. Stuff you, mate. But yes, I just got into crypto without spending a cent because Brave browser has a feature called Brave Rewards. You turn it on, and it gives you a certain number of these little unintrusive ads on your phone, like literally notifications on your phone, or a little pop-up on the bottom right corner of your computer screen with the browser. You can choose how many ads per minute you get, and for every ad, it generates a little bit of their own cryptocurrency called BAT, or Basic Attention Token. And then you can connect that to a crypto wallet, and it's crypto, and you can trade it, withdraw it, all that stuff. It generates very little each ad, and you only get like a few dollars worth every month or whatever. But the fact is, it's free crypto, and you can trade it, put it into other stuff. It's really good. I've sat on it for around a year now, maybe a little bit over a year. And I was actually running without knowing it at like half the ad rate. So I was doing it at 5 ads per hour, but I can actually go to 10. And in that over half a year, I made something like, when I checked a day or two ago, it was around $240. But on the 27th of November, I didn't know I didn't check it because I made the wallet ages ago, but I just never checked up on it until I decided to get back into the basic crypto stuff recently. And yes, this is not sponsored by Brave. It's just a genuinely cool thing that I like. I wish I was sponsored by Brave. I wish I was sponsored full stop. One day maybe. It's just a genuinely cool thing. Because I checked, and on November 27th, the BAT I'd accumulated over a year was worth $358. And that's freaking awesome. And I checked the trend over a year, and BAT is quite, it goes up and down, but otherwise stays fairly steady, but it's going slightly up. So I decided to transfer around $140 into Bitcoin and around $50 into Ethereum, diversify a little bit, keep a little spare in BAT. And now I've got both my PC and my phone doing Brave ads at full rate, and they're both connected to my wallet. So now I should be generating BAT way faster than before. And yeah, it's just a cool thing I wanted to mention because it's actually really, really cool. It genuinely is really awesome. It's free crypto now. I'm doing basically. My thing is just to like get crypto, get Bitcoin and Ethereum, and just leave it there. Let it sit there. And then if I ever feel like getting serious about it after a bunch of reading, how to get into crypto trading, and how to like do trends and all that. Maybe even get like an AI. Maybe because you can get AI. You can get trading bots. That do automatic trading and try to get you some profits. I might even do that, and if that generates me a passive income, more the merrier. But yeah, it's just something awesome I thought I'd mention because it's pretty cool. My idea again, just to sit on the crypto and just leave it there pretty much. Slowly add to it over time, but otherwise just let it sit there. And if I have a rainy day, or if I feel like going serious into like investing, then I pick it up. Mainly for a rainy day though. Fascinating. I'm going to look into it. Yeah, do. It's actually really fascinating. Really, really cool. I kind of thought of the idea how it works is that you can connect up to 3 devices with the browser to one crypto wallet, and they use the crypto, the major, like one of the mainstream crypto brokers you Uphold. So it's pretty good. So you just use their browser and you get money over time. Yeah, you literally just have it open. Actually, no, I forgot. I'm going to open it up right now. So I can just generate ads while I'm flipping, while I'm playing Minecraft here. Yeah. You just have the browser open as you're using it, and and it'll just send you the occasional ad, and yeah, that's pretty much how it is, and it just generates you little bits of crypto over time. If you want the most, you set up you put it at the max 10 ads per second, and make sure you're not automatically contributing, because what you can do is automatically contribute to websites or contribute BAT to websites that are partnered with Brave. Unless you actually want to do that, make sure you're not automatically contributing to anyone. And you can check all that in the settings. But yeah, it's really, really cool. So I literally just got into the crypto game without spending any money. It's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. What am I doing now? Yes. Got all that. Did I buy more dye? I didn't even buy the diorite. What am I doing? Look at all those iron golems far out. That is insane. That is actually insane. Yeah. Oh, come on. Now it's got to wait for him to use his workstation so he refills. Oh, did he? No. Baby villager. Sweet. That means he's going to grow up and he's become our 3rd butcher. Fantastic. Only downside, of course, is now I'm going to have to power level this butcher again, which takes a lot of time and a lot of emeralds. Hey, there we go. All right. Oh, how good. How good. Which wallet should I get, Gemini or Uphold? I'm personally not sure. I just got Uphold when I first joined. So you should probably do a bunch more research on that. There are a lot of the serious people in crypto, they like to go with wallets that are especially secure, 2-factor authentication, all minimal like avoiding like basically the less chance for exploits and all that. I kind of didn't really give any mind to it, so I just chose Uphold because it was there. So you should, if you really want to take security seriously, you should definitely do some research behind the best wallets to do. Although, of course, they have their default wallet, of course, and I think that's only with Uphold and Gemini. But you can, of course, you can make a crypto wallet whenever you want with whoever you want. I think the most secure that I've been told is a paper wallet. Like, it's literally, your passcode is like your private key, which is like a 30-digit thing. And you just got to write it down on a piece of paper, basically. So what you can do is research the most secure wallet in your opinion. Generate all your BAT on your Gemini Uphold wallet, and then just transfer all that to the secure wallet. Easy. But yeah, I'm also not recommending well, again, I'm not a crypto expert, so don't do anything risky and with your money just because I said so. I have not suggested just putting your money into BAT. I'm suggesting a browser that gives you free crypto that you can do whatever you want with. But yeah, with the basic reading I've done, I've read Uphold's pretty good. So if you go with that, should be sweet. But ultimately, if you're autistic about security, which I will be soon, then do research. Look up a paper wallet because I think that's among the most secure you can get. very nice. This is going to look very, very nice. Chandelier. It's going to go up here. You know what? I wonder if I should get working on the chandelier now. I wonder. Yeah. So it's pretty fun. I've you'll when you get into the crypto stuff, you'll definitely be addicted to just checking your wallet every 2 seconds because like it's literally minute by minute changes. Yeah. And I was told recently anyway by my mate that Bitcoin is currently in a lull and it's still going down, which means either now or maybe a little bit when it starts to stabilize a bit, but now or a little bit later is a good time to buy. So I bought $140 worth yesterday, and yeah, if it starts going back up sooner or later, then yeah. Does it have to be in the background, or can I minimize? You can minimize the browser. Yeah, you can minimize it. In fact, any minute or whatever, you might end up hearing you might end up hearing a little Windows notification, which if you do, that's almost definitely the Brave browser, with the the little ad. Then again, at least in my experience, I believe you can have it minimized, but do check out yourself just in case, like experiment and all that. But I'm pretty sure you can minimize it and it'll still work. It's pretty great. Content wise, oh yes, I remember. So I'm wanting to start a Stellaris series alongside upon this block. So that Stellaris has a lot more role-playing and meme potential, not gonna lie. I'm not neglecting upon this block, obviously. I'll still be going along with this, because this is fun as well. But with Stellaris, I'm thinking of a starting series. I'm thinking of like starting an empire of Space Israel. And no, not the modern state that is called Israel. That reminds me of the Bible. Not all who are called Israel are Israel. But yes, Space Israel, as in like Old Testament Israel, but in space. So my rules of the game, I think, will be like I'll have to use the rules of diplomacy and war according to the Torah. You can imagine how that's gonna go. Might be a bit controversial, I don't know, but it'll be fun. It'll be very fun. So I'm having that series happening. Really, the only thing I need to do is just set up like, I don't know, like a decent looking title screen cover for stream episodes. That's... What am I even doing here? Yes, I'm gonna get berries. Cheats on says, that sounds fun. That's right. It will be very, very fun. I tell you right now, I guarantee it. A lot of meme potential as well. A lot of controversy potential. That'll be like probably like the first series playing as Space Israel, and then I'll probably play as like the one holy Catholic and Apostolic Church as in a second playthrough. But yes, the goal of Space Israel is to either directly conquer or vassalize the entire galaxy. That's a given. All the nations will be put under the feet of Mount Zion. The great thing is that I have a Stellaris mod. That adds a Hebrew name pack. So for leaders, for ships, and all that, Hebrew names. I'll have to kind of change it up a little bit because right now I do have a Space Israel like empire, custom empire in the game right now, but I made it like modern Israel, so I have like a chief rabbi as the head of state. But I'll have to change that to probably like King of Israel, or if I feel like it, High Priest. But yes, that's in the works. That's in planning. It's pretty much just getting like half decent looking covers, screen covers, and all that. And then I'll be good to go. I'll just set some dates for when I'll do it. I might alternate. What I might do is alternate between Stellaris and Upon This Block once a week, or I might do them both weekly. They'll just have to be at different times. But I think I might alternate. I think I might do Stellaris episode 1 week, Upon This Block another, Stellaris, Upon This Block, so on and so forth. What do you guys think of that? Is that a good idea? Or should I somehow try to do it weekly? Because the only issue is that if I do them at different times in the week, certain people might be available to watch one live but not the other. So the logic of alternating between them is that everyone who's able to view at this time will be able to view both. But yeah, that's my idea. I hope it works well. It's gonna work. It'll work great, but that's pretty much anything. Sorting out times and stream covers, stream art, if you will. There'll be definitely a lot of meme potential, that's for sure. Only got 10:08. Cool. Another 20 minutes. After this, I've got to help my brother. Where's the butchers? I've got to help my brother with to sell some stuff. Actually, I never really considered Facebook Marketplace. I've got a few things that I think I could sell. Because like I'm to put it lightly, I'm on a modest living. So like pretty much a good majority of my income, apart from necessities, ends up going to books for this. Like, and not just random books that I think I'll want, but like stuff which I know will genuinely help me in academia, in teaching, and all that jazz. Where's the other butcher? Where is he? I think they're all just hanging around, so he should be okay. So there he is. There we go. Oh yes, and I have a fuller review. My more recent scripted video that took a shot at a specific paragraph in that book, The Making of Biblical Womanhood, by Beth Allison Barr. I do have a fuller, like a proper full scripted review in the works as well, although they'll be later on, probably in February maybe. Yeah, basically more of that short video, but in a fuller review. I probably won't be looking at her. I probably won't be looking at her like medieval history claims, although even a cursory look at, because I'm not really into that, but even a very basic look at some of the claims from that, which is her specialty, by the way. She's a medieval history professor. Even looking at a cursory look at a couple of claims she makes from medieval history she does really bad takes on that. Pogretsky, unfortunate that Coinbase doesn't support Brave. That's where my crypto is. That's where my crypto is at. Oh no, that's not. That wouldn't even be a worry. Like, you could just use, if you're cool with Coinbase, then just use the Gemini or the Uphold account just to generate the BAT, and then either transfer the BAT into Coinbase or do your trading on, or just whatever. You can transfer. That's the great thing about the blockchain and cryptocurrency. It's just instant trading between stuff. You know, pretty great. This actually might be enough diorite. Yes. So apparently BAT has its own wallet. I just set up that's in my browser. Yes, it does. You collect the stuff in the browser, but ultimately, if you want to be withdrawing stuff, if you want to be withdrawing or moving stuff around, because that's where it's stored on the top default. But then if you want to be withdrawing or moving stuff around like regular crypto, you have to verify a wallet, which is why you'd make Gemini or Utopia. Or I think they do support other wallets if memory serves correctly. But either way, you got to connect it to a wallet if you want to withdraw and do stuff with your bat. Yes, this was enough. It was just enough. Oh, look at that. Look at that. How good is this, people? How good. This is going to be the main floor. I'm going to slightly elevate maybe from around here upwards. Like one block maybe. And there'll be a good old lectern. Maybe a bunch of other artwork or something. And we will be sweet. And up here, chandelier. Back there is the pastor's residence or something, I guess. Oh man, I don't know why I'm so tired right now. But yeah, that's what we got right now. It's not bad. It's half decent. Oh yes, I am really close to 700 subs. So close. I am at 691 right now. Just 9 more subs until we're at 700 people. So what now? You know, I think I might call it for the for construction. Actually, I'll place these last 3 blocks. Actually, no, I think I'll make this a separate material still. Yeah, I might make this a separate material. I'll store the blocks. I wonder if I've got any more stuff in there. Bring up the live chat again. Whoops. So I'm viewing the live chat on my phone. There we go. BRB, gonna make 9 YouTube accounts. Don't do that. I want them to be real, man. Come on. But I love your support, man. Always appreciate it. I really do. A lot. And there's another bot to ban. How do you just straight up ban them? Like, I'm on YouTube. Apparently on YouTube Studio, I don't know if I can hit a ban button. Put user on timeout, hide user in this channel. Good. How do I just straight up ban a user? Hide user in this channel. Yeah, good enough. Alright, cool. That works. Sweet. Alright. Let's keep going. What might I do now in my last spare time? What might I do? So many possibilities. I love the world of Minecraft. The 1.18 update is freaking awesome. Really, really awesome. Cave exploring is pretty nuts. I might do some farming. Might do some farming to close out the... Still got 15 minutes, so it's a fair amount of time. This guy's always harvesting around here, that's why. Have enough space for potatoes? I think I will. Alright, let's do it. Just gotta make sure the villagers doesn't pick up the potatoes, because when you harvest food, automatically the villagers will try to pick up the food. So you gotta make sure you get it all first. So satisfying, potatoes. Just seeing them all just explode out and you just get a ton of them. Look at that, I'm almost already full. Well, the good thing is once I plant them down, I won't... Actually, there we are. Whoops, I do not want to throw that out. Ah! Oh well. Let's plant these back first. can make some half decent money on it. There's ways to make like automatic farms in Minecraft for almost everything. I know how to make the bamboo farm, automatic bamboo farm. You just need like detectors and all that, so they'll automatically see them, and then a piston to harvest them. I'm gonna get those furnaces. Sweet. All right. A lot of potatoes there. Let's make some money off the farmer. Actually, hang on. Does this guy up here sell all the potatoes? Or buy the potatoes? Oh, no. Must be back down here. I actually can't wait for this Stellaris series. Oh, the stuff we're going to get up to in that. Just hoping that it doesn't affect my employment, if you get what I'm saying. It's not as profitable as I remember. Oh well. Yeah, I hope Stellaris doesn't end up affecting my employment. Nah, I don't think it will. Because like I'm no longer really planning, especially given like the vax mandate for teachers, which is still in place, and that's pretty much the only reason why I'm not working even as like a teacher's aide right now, because they got vax mandates for all teaching staff, and even for prac students. So I can't even finish my degree until the mandate's done, because stuff getting forced to take a substance in order to do basic life stuff. I'm not gonna do that. No bloody way in hell is that gonna happen. Get out of my bed, bro. So yeah, I'm going for pretty much tutoring opportunities, of which there are many. About to take some up very soon, possibly this week. I'm just waiting for like with this organization I'm in, I'm just waiting for like the right parents to come up. Like, and by that I mean like student has to be high school age, and the parents need to want to teach them like history and or Christian studies. And if they can do that, then I'm sweet. I'll be able to say, hey, yep, I can do that. I can help you guys with that. And then I'll finally have an income. Apart from Patreon, of course, which thank you very much, by the way, to my current 2 patrons right now. You guys are highly, highly appreciated. And if anyone else here watching who isn't a patron, if you believe in my ministry and want to support me, you too can become a patron in the Patreon link just below in the description. Various tiers with nice little bonuses as a little thank you to me. And starting from $10, 10 Australian dollars upwards, so even less if you're in most other countries, really. Then from $10 up, you can join the private Discord server I have, where you can privately chat with me. I give updates on current research I'm doing in progress on research for current projects, and I'll even ask for your suggestions on maybe what you want me to do next. It's not binding on me. I don't have a binding system. Ultimately, I do what I feel like, but depending on what people suggest, and if I feel like it, I might end up doing what you suggest. So you can have an ear in what I do, and of course earlier announcements for things before the public, which I try to do. Sometimes I kind of falter, but otherwise, generally speaking, you'll hear stuff before the general public as well. Among other things, we even have a dedicated Latin instructor in there. So if you want to learn Latin, and especially if you want to be coached to teach yourself Latin, you can talk with our buddy in the Discord, in the other Paul patron Discord. My ambition is that I'll ultimately end up getting coaches for multiple disciplines, and I'll even do some instruction and maybe classes myself in the Discord for patrons. So that'll be nice and fun. What have you got? So yes, if you believe in the ministry and you like a couple bonuses, become a patron. Plug over. Low enchanting, how much? I don't really need it. Put you in here. Yeah, not really much left to do, other than just admire my handiwork so far, especially with what we've done with the church. Raised the walls up another few blocks. Completed the floor of the main area. So progress, slow but steady. I think I'll do the same as I did before. Offline this week, I'll gather a ton more resources so that Just as we did today, I can get straight into, with next episode, I can get straight into, I can get straight into building. That, I think, makes it a bit more fun. Much more into it. So yeah, kind of proud of what we got so far. This is going to be very tall, very ornate. Question is going to be with windows. What am I going to do for windows? And the roof is, honestly, the roof is going to be the hardest thing to design. Well, kinda. I mean, these Byzantine type churches, they have like the dome, but then how do they do the rest of the roof? I'm still kind of figuring that out, especially since this is one of those regular like rectangular churches. So I've kind of got to see like rectangular Byzantine churches. Yeah, we've got 7 minutes left, but you know what? I think we're pretty much done for today. Yeah, we've done pretty much. Like, anything else I do would take us well over time, and I've got to get on with my day as well. But, ladies and gentlemen, this was Upon This Block, Episode 3, Season 1, Episode 3. I thank you all very much for joining us today. It was a good episode. It was nice and chill. I'm happy that, even though we started off with low viewing numbers, some more people eventually poured in. Some of the classic gents, and I think one lady coming in as well. I'm very, very happy that you people were able to come in. Yeah, this is great. This was a fun day today. This has been The Other Paul. Thank you very much. And again, final plug, if you're not subscribed already, do subscribe, please. And especially join me and subscribe to me on my alternative social media, which you should probably have an account on anyway. So I'm talking about Gab and Odyssey in particular. Join me over there as well. Subscribe to me there, because I don't expect YouTube to tolerate me forever. And... and as I said before, if you believe in my mission, you can become a patron below, or you can give a one-time donation to my paypal.me. Whatever you choose to do or not do, all for the glory of God. I'm just happy that you're all here. I'm happy to see you. And in the end, my content is free. And I'm hoping that it edifies the faithful without any cost. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming on today. I hope you all have a blessed day. See you guys in the next one. I'll probably, for Stellaris... I'm genuinely considering even starting it next week. So I might do the alternating thing, where 1 week Stellaris, 1 week Upon This Block. So I'm genuinely considering next week I'll start the Stellaris series. So hope that might be the case, and I think it'll be very fun. Thank you all very much for coming on. God bless.